me. I think it's because of our topics today. But we have a competition going on in the front of the house. We have Barnabas with his socks and Eddie's with his. I'm not sure who's winning, but Eddie is our newer resident who loves his socks, just
won
like
yesterday.
Barnabas.
He won yesterday. He had the alien socks yesterday, so he won
Okay.
yesterday. I won today, though.
Okay, cool.
Ain't that right, Eddie? Okay.
So they'll be competing.
Every day. So
Yeah.
me and Eddie has this thing. Whenever I see him, the first thing we do is do this. Okay, but I beat you today, Eddie. Don't take it personal, okay? No, I don't. Okay. So good to see you all this morning. I want to start off today with a simple word. I'm going to be brief, I'm going to be brilliant, and I'm going to be gone, okay? The word today is simply this, right? It's resistance. I thought about this yesterday. I shared that the word resistance. So many of us, even myself, we hate resistance. Anybody hate resistance? Let's be honest. You go to the gym, hate resistance. Okay, a lot of us, right? But then I thought about the word resilient. It sounds very similar, right? So today I got tongue-tied, resistance, resilient. And I thought about resistance, and then this is what it said to Webster. It says this. It says, resistance, this is an impeding, slowing, or stopping effect exerted by an outside force. And I've discovered this. Everything that happened in my life, all the resistance has led me to where I am today. When you think about resistance, and I believe there's so many people right now in the community that's dealing with resistance, maybe in your health, maybe in your finance, maybe in your family, maybe there's a loved one that's resisting you. It makes us stronger. No one goes to the gym and says, today I don't want any resistance in the gym, correct? We go to the gym for resistance. Why? It makes us stronger. It makes us better. And we want more resistance in the gym, but when it comes to our life, everybody wants less. No one wants to become stronger in our lives, but truth be told, on the other side of resistance, there's strength. And the only way for us to get through resistance is to be resilient. So today, I just want to encourage us today to be resilient. And resilience is this: the capacity to withstand or to recover quickly from life's difficulties. In life, you will have difficulties. In life, you will have health problems. In life, you will have financial problems. In life, any parents here? You will have children problems. No matter how old they get, you will have problems with your children at some point, right? And if it's not them, it's your grandchildren, okay? And if it's not them, it's your great-grandchildren. But you will have it. And so I just want to encourage you today to be resilient. Resistance is part of life. And if you see the good in the hardship and know that you're getting stronger, that is a benefit. You're here today for a reason. And because you're here, you have something to be thankful for. You are here because there's a lot of closed doors and resistance you experience. And today you could smile about them today. All right, so let us pray. Oh, Heavenly Gracious Father, I thank you for today, for it's truly a gift. Thank you for the people that's here. Thank you for their light, their love, and their kindness to each other. So, Father, as we talk about the business of Acts today, I pray that you continue to be with Miss Susan. Thank you for healing her as you continue to go through and navigate that. Father, thank you for her leadership, for this great community and the residents and their great love. I pray that we continue to have loving kindness in every area of our life. In your name I pray. Amen.
Thank you. All right. Okay, so I want to introduce a few new neighbors. We have Judy Curry. Is Judy here by chance? She's an A116. We also have Paul and Linda Weinberg in C209. Are they here by chance? No. Okay. Well, welcome. So we have 3 new people who just recently moved in. And now for the fun part, I want to share a brief video with you. We, every year, elect a President's Award nominee, and it's from one of our team members, and we select a person who exemplifies what a President Award winner should be. And this year, we nominated Nadia Johnson, who is she's our social worker in social services in Willowbrook Court. Many of you probably have met Nadia along the way, but she was our nominee, and we composed a video, thanks to Barnabas, submitted the video. Unfortunately, she was not selected for our region. So what ACTS does is they for every region, there's one President Award winner plus a regional award winner. And this year, the person who was selected is actually at St. Andrews Estates. Her name is Hilda. She's a move-in coordinator, does a great job, is very deserving as well. Last year, we received the President's Award winner in Anna, and the year before, Alicia. So we had 2 years running. So it's probably time for another community to also receive the President's Award. So I'm going to show you the brief video about Nadia, and I'm sure you'll see her along your way. Please congratulate her. We actually had a team member meeting yesterday where it was announced, and we invited the resident board to join us, and she was very surprised. And with that nomination, she receives $500 cash and a special plaque. So we were excited to be able to let her know, and she was very surprised.
Nadia, she embodies love and kindness in every interaction she had. Nadia treats our residents with care, respect, ensuring a supportive and loving environment for everyone. Nadia is sacrificial. Nadia goes above and beyond in everything she does. Nadia is the person that she'll put the needs of our residents first before her needs. She comes in early if she has to. She'll stay late. She'll go to the apartments and help our residents at IL. She's willing to be there and help, in every department, in every situation.
Nadia is a servant. She goes above and beyond. She's always there when our residents need us. One resident in particular that lives in Willowbrook Court, every Tuesday, Nadia takes him for haircuts and to get his nails done with his spouse. That is the epitome of what it means to serve. When a call light is on, I often see Nadia answering call lights. When someone have a question, I often see Nadia stopping by to answer those questions. And if she does not know the answer, she's going to find the answer for them. Nadia embodies what it means to be love and kindness. She always has a smile on her face. She always goes above and beyond. And she goes the extra mile when no one else does. In our weekly clinical meetings, we sit day to day and to discuss all our residents. She's prepared. She comes with all the information we need. She helps me answer questions that even I myself cannot answer. She just makes it easier by giving us a heads up on resident family members who may have concerns. She go the extra mile to try to resolve those concerns when I'm unable to, even if it takes setting a personal care plan meeting aside to assist those residents. She always makes time for our residents.
I've never seen someone so dedicated to the residents and dedicated to her work. She really approaches everything with loving kindness the Axe way. She goes above and beyond. Her work ethic is amazing. I've seen Nadia stop, do things for people, come back, do something for someone else. She's always thinking about the residents, and she is, I would say, it's just a good person, good heart. Her flexibility is so amazing. You know, she's taking someone to the hairdresser. She's in the apartment helping someone. She takes time, and she is so good at what she does.
In the 7 years that I've been here, I've never seen Nadia not serving a resident. She goes above and beyond for our residents. She stays late at night to get all her tasks accomplished. She goes to IL, she takes care of our IL residents or Willowbrook Court residents, as well as OBT assisted living residents. She makes it seamless for our residents to transition through levels of care. She makes our residents feel at home in every way for both the residents and their families.
She has been nothing but helpful, insightful, and she is a credit to her profession. She is always there when you need her. She's responsive. She is a very special person, in my opinion, and I think there is not one person that has met her here in Willowbrook Court that does not have that same opinion of her. If she does not know the answer to a question, she says that she will follow up. and she follows up immediately. There's never anything that she ever says no to, which blows my mind. She's always there to help or make a suggestion, and she makes the patients feel that and know that she cares about each and every single one of them.
Nadia is very helpful. She's always smiling. It's comforting to know there's somebody like Nadia around, that if I need her, I could talk to her and she could help me.
Nadia does everything with a smile on her face. She's one of the greatest assets of Edgewater.
Nadia is our go-to girl for everything, including nursing.
Compassionate. Compassionate is what I think about when I think about Nadia. Nadia loves people.
She's a remarkable human being with a deep capacity for caring and loving the patients and her work here.
So she is very deserving of the award, but so when you see Nadia, please congratulate her. So now we have more congratulations to share, and in the back of the room is our very own DeAndre. It is official. He has been promoted, and so I just wanted to share the good news. DeAndre, his new title is Community Technologist. He's in the back. He's helping me survive up here. And DeAndre has served in his capacity for how long now? 2 years. And the corporate office had a meeting, and they went community by community and talked about each person in that position. And he came up as a rising star, and he will go full-time in that capacity January 1st. So right now we share his talents both in maintenance and technology, but January 1st he'll officially focus all his efforts on technology, which will benefit you and us and the community at large. So congratulations, DeAndre. So we're going to be putting in the boxes, hopefully today, if not today, tomorrow, a communications survey. And thanks to Bob Taylor and Ellen Taylor, no relation, right? Brothers of from another mother, right? They have put together this survey. We want to try to go paperless, but we know that takes time, and we know that not everyone is on that paperless journey. And so we want to find out from all of you where you are in that paperless journey. And from that, then we will have a strategy that makes sense so that those of you who prefer paper will still be able to receive communications effectively. But we want to be more effective in our communications. So this is our first step, and we'll send out the survey. We're asking for 100% participation. It's an easy survey, but it'll give us a little information on where we are in the paperless journey. Any questions on that? Bob, anything to add? No, okay.
It says 1 through 8 on the 7th.
Oh, okay. We'll correct that. So it's 1 through 1 through 8. So it should be what's the most important to least, right? Okay, thank you, Pam. Yes. Where? Well, we weren't asking for. We can make it a little better. Postings on the events wall is the bulletin board. The big bulletin board, yes. Yep. Okay, thank you. Okay, so Comcast, just a quick update. Starting July 7th, Comcast will be going to each and every apartment to make sure you have the proper high definition boxes in the apartment that we now have through our new contract with Comcast. In addition, the Wi-Fi is now included in the package, so you shouldn't be paying for Wi-Fi if you're with Comcast. Once we confirm what equipment is still needed, they will be bringing equipment back, replacing equipment, and then we'll be able to be almost ready to roll out the AX television channel, which we've been actually loading with videos. So if you use K4 on your phone, you can actually go to AX TV and watch the videos on your phone, although it's very small. We have been loading videos into the AX television channel. Martin?
The question was, can you tell us what speed the contractors are going to
I
provide?
believe it was 400 megabytes. I don't know. DeAndre, do you know offhand? 400. Thank you. What do you have now? Do you know? 300. Okay. And when Comcast comes to the apartment, we will have someone escorting them. So if you're not home, we'll go in with them. So don't worry, you don't have to sit home the whole week, because it's truly going to take the whole week to go door to door. Julie?
Are they going
I
to...
do not know that answer, if they'll have the equipment there. They're actually at St. Andrews, so I can find out the answer and post it on the forum. I will find out how their door-to-door experience is going and ask that question. Myra. We will try to notify you if, maybe A building will be first, and we'll start Monday in A building, and then we'll have an idea, and then we'll send out notices for B and C. So we will kind of find out how long it's going to take them once we start the process.
Susan, how will we know when they come into your apartment what needs to be corrected?
So they're going to know that, and if you're home, they can communicate that with you, and if not, I will ask St. Andrews, what does that process look like? Good question.
Will we be able to ask questions? We have a bit of a problem with the TV now, so if they're connecting up, will we be able to ask them, is this going to continue, or is there something else Comcast needs to do to correct it?
So if you're home and you're having issues, I'm sure you can ask them while they're there. Okay.
No more questions.
So now I want to talk about Willowbrook Court and Oakbridge Terrace. As you know, if you've been coming to the Ask the Director meetings, I've been sharing that we're going to be repositioning that building, and we're going to be reducing Willowbrook Court in size and enlarging Oakbridge Terrace, because that's the trend in our industry, is that nursing home beds are shrinking as a whole in our industry, and assisted living are increasing in our industry, and that's because we can take care and manage residents with their health needs in Oakbridge Terrace with a new license that is an extended congregate care license that we've applied for. We don't have it yet, but it's, instead of having a basic assisted living license like we have today, we will have an ECC license, which will allow people to remain in Oakbridge Terrace longer. So the idea is to keep people in their home longer rather than moving individuals unnecessarily to Willowbrook Court. So I'd like to just share a few photos with you. The project right now, just to share, the plans are being reviewed by the Agency for Healthcare Administration. Once they come back to us. We have 60 days to revise the plans based on their recommendations. Then we submit them again for final approval. If they have more recommendations, then we have 60 more days to supply them. Typically, we should go through the first phase, then respond back to them, get the approval. We will then have to go out for bids. So we'll have invitation for bidding, and then we'll identify a contractor. The contractor will give us their time frame, if you will. This is a phased project because it involves closing one stack. Because of the 3 floors, we have to do a lot of plumbing. And so because of the plumbing issues, we have to close one hallway, or at least half the hallway, and secure the other half. So we'll be moving residents around during the project, and it will be phased over a period of time. We're working on that phasing now, so we have a meeting next week to discuss how that works. And as we get closer to construction, we will no longer accept outside admissions to Willowbrook Court, because we need to be able to control how many rooms we have and make sure we have enough rooms during construction for the residents. So once the bid is awarded and we know the time frame, then we'll be able to share a little more about the phasing and projected timetable. We believe by mid-year next year, we'll be in construction. So we already have the financing for the project. We don't know how much the project is going to cost, estimated around $12 million right now, but that's just an estimated guess. Once it goes out for bid, we'll know more specifics on the cost, but this is a financed project through bonds. And so the money is already available, and so we're gearing up to start the project. Any questions so far? I'm going to show you the floor plans so you can see that as well. Okay, so this is a current layout of the building, and each floor looks similar, but this is the first floor of Willowbrook Court. In Willowbrook Court, there are no showers in the rooms. So in the new plan, every room will have a shower. We currently have 101 beds in Willowbrook Court. We average about 51 in our census, and that includes outside residents. Our new Willowbrook Court will have 33 rooms. And our Oak Bridge Terrace, we have currently, we average around 35 residents, and our new Oak Bridge Terrace will have 52 rooms. So this is, on the upper left-hand side is what an existing Willowbrook Court room looks like. Very standard, you walk in, there's a half bath on the right or left, and then a room. The new Willowbrook Court will have a full bathroom and the room. So ALF, which is Oak Bridge Terrace, this is currently what it looks like. On the second floor, this is what the rooms will look like, 565 square feet. You walk in, on the lower left is the entrance, and there's a small kitchenette. That kitchenette will have a refrigerator, a sink, and a microwave. It will not have a stove or a cooktop. And then you proceed going up the page. You'll have a little dinette set, a living room, and then a little closet in that area. There is a wall between the bedroom and the living room. There is no door, however. And St. Andrews Estates has a similar feature with no door between the living room and bedroom, and it works well for assisted living residents, and really no complaints not having the door. And then There is another closet in the bedroom, and on the lower right side is the full bathroom. The shower will be wheelchair accessible. So the shower will be designed so you can actually wheel yourself, if you are in a wheelchair, into the shower area. Now the third, there will be one double room in Oak Ridge Terrace, 850 square feet. So a couple who might move to Oak Ridge Terrace can share the space, and it's similar in design. You have the kitchenette, the living room, 2 bedrooms, and 2 bathrooms. But there is only one in the space. So this is the other type of room, which will be on the 3rd floor. It's 280 square feet with a full bath and a separate bedroom area, no kitchenette. So this would be more of your memory care resident who might have living with dementia or memory care issues. This would be where residents who might have memory care issues would be. So the 3rd floor, the rooms are smaller, but we find that with residents living with dementia, that works better for them. It makes them able to be more independent. This is just another room. There's only 2 of these in the design, 300 square feet. And it's because it's a corner area. So the common areas are very similar on all 3 floors. This is kind of hard to understand, but at the top of the center of the plan is the hallway where the nurses' station is currently. And if you can envision, currently we have a nurses' station, we have a wall, and then you go into the dining room. Well, that wall gets removed. So it's more of an open space, sort of like our bistro is open. So the idea is to make it more open. There's, in the center of the page, that's the dining area. And on the left-hand side, there's a bar. So residents can actually go up and have breakfast at the bar. And we'll be able to cook, to order some items, not all items in this area, but we'll have more cook-to-order items in this location. Right now, everything gets cooked downstairs and brought up to Willowbrook Court or Oak Ridge Terrace. We won't have a ventilation system, so we still are limited, but we can cook some additional items up there. Going to the right of the dining room is like a family room or a living room, and then that's open to the hallway as well. And then at the bottom of the page is an activity room that's open to the dining room, and then the outside area would either be the patio or the porch. Oh, whoops. And this is just another picture of the dining room area on another floor. It's a little different because it's enclosed at the bottom. I believe this is the 1st floor of Willowbrook Court. So with that, I'd like to entertain any questions you might have.
There's one mic. Give me 1 second. I'm going to start at the front. Then we'll work our way to the back. I know you were in the front. Then we'll work our way this way. You have a question?
Yes.
Talk to the mic so we can hear.
Are available to us who maybe end up living there, can we get copies of these proposed layouts that you've shown us on the screen?
Not yet, because they're not approved. ACA may come back and say you have to incorporate this or that. I'm not going to send out plans that aren't approved yet, but I'm happy to share them once they get approved. This is what we're proposing to the Agency for Healthcare, and now we're waiting for their review. They have some time, and then we have 60 days to respond to whatever their review is. Well, we're hoping by the beginning of next year we'll go out to bid, and then by midsummer we would start the project. Right, end of year, I think I could give you, definitively what it's going to look like.
Will we be able to bring our own furniture?
So the idea is in Oak Ridge Terrace, you always bring your own furniture, but Willowbrook Court, we typically supply the hospital bed, and then residents can have the option of bringing chairs or side chairs to Willowbrook Court if that's their permanent home.
The new OBT design that you had on the screen earlier, how does that compare in size, say, with the ones over at St. Andrew?
Oh, I don't know that answer, but I can find out. That's a good question.
Thank you.
I hope I'm going to ask someone, Delia, if you have a pen, if you can take notes for me. Yeah, I think it's similar size, but I'll find out specifically. I have those plans because I was at St. Andrews when those plans were developed, so I can find it in my old emails and give you an answer. I just don't know offhand. It is, yes.
Are the family rooms going to be just in Oak Ridge Terrace, second and third, or all three floors?
All three floors,
okay.
Yeah. The question was the family room, which is on the right-hand side, will that be on all three floors? And the answer is yes.
Excuse me, you said something about outside residents. What is the criteria for accepting outside residents?
So we do accept long-term and Medicare residents from the outside. So like Boca Regional will refer someone to us. We look at their medical history. Are we capable of handling their situation? And if we are, then we gladly accept outside admissions. It helps to offset your monthly fees because we're driving revenue either from Medicare or private pay. But once we start the construction project, that will go away likely. And based on utilization, we may or may not be able to accommodate outside admissions in the future because we're shrinking the footprint. So we know that our footprint now is too large because our census is half of what our footprint is. So it makes sense to shrink it and give people a better home-like environment.
How do you plan on filling these rooms? Because I see on the third floor that whole area that used to be therapy, they're laying there dormant. A lot of space, so I don't understand. Have you done a survey that you can anticipate? And are you looking for more outside people as opposed to in-house people?
Right, so we're shrinking the number of rooms or beds that we're gonna have, and then those common areas, we're enhancing the common areas. So we're gonna have better common areas for residents living in Willowbrook Court or Oak Ridge Terrace. Myra? Oh, you left her.
Oh, no, I'm sorry.
Okay.
And I was saying, too, our Oak Ridge Terrace is actually kind of full, so if we're expanding it, it will have been. Sorry.
Will there also be all new furniture in Willowbrook Court?
So we'll replace anything that we need to replace. I wouldn't say 100% all new furniture, but like the dining rooms, of course, those will all be all new furniture. The living areas will all be new. The hospital beds we'll assess. Some of them are brand new, some of them are 10 years old. It just really depends. So we're gonna have to assess what we currently have, what's in good condition, what's not in good condition. Now we're shrinking Willowbrook Court, so a lot of those hospital beds will probably find a a county nursing home to take them, because we're not going to just throw away good beds that we're not going to use, but we will repurpose them and find either a not-for-profit nursing home who could benefit from things that we're no longer going to use. So we will repurpose things to help others as well.
Is the ratio of patient to nurse in Willowbrook Court going to change?
No, it would stay. It would remain as is. The ratio in Oakbridge Terrace will actually increase, meaning we'll have more staff in Oakbridge Terrace, but the ratio in Willowbrook Court does not change. It'll be the same ratio, yeah. Okay, well, with that, I think.
You have a question?
It sounds to me like you're expanding on OBT. My question is, if I were ready to go to OBT because I'm physically challenged, but not mentally, and I'm going to have to be with people who are very mentally challenged and are not put in Willowbrook Court, I don't know that that's what I opted for when I moved here.
So there's 2 floors of Oakbridge Terrace, and one will help those individuals living with memory care. The other one will likely not have a lot of residents with memory care issues.
I think they did a great job. I think it looks really good, and I'd like 2 reservations for 2035.
Great, thank you. I'll be your neighbor
in that
by
case,
then.
I'll take one for 2056 as well.
Yeah, okay.
2066.
Steve?
I hope the answer is yes. Will you and Barnabas commit to be staying here throughout the process?
Well, we'll talk about that. I'm committed, but we'll talk about it.
I have military assignments here and there.
Unfortunately, Barnabas is in the military, so we can't always know for sure
right now, so
what
we'll
the
know for
future
sure.
holds for him.
For sure.
Okay, thank you. Okay, with that, we'll switch gears. Just wanted to let you know the Willowbrook Court Oakbridge Terrace elevators are being modernized, similar to the one here, but we are not going to redo the cabs because it doesn't make sense to put brand new interior finishes in when we're starting this brand new construction project. So we're going to modernize all the equipment, and then after construction is over of Willowbrook Court, Oakbridge Terrace, we will finish the cabs. So that was a decision made just recently that we know they're going to get beaten up inside by all the workers coming and going, and we don't want to throw money at it and then have to replace it 2 years down the road. So July, we're starting the project. We anticipate finishing in September for Willowbrook Court and Oakbridge Terrace elevators. One will be shut down while the other one is running. So one after another. Yes. So the question is, what is the projected finishing time?
Yes, for the apartments.
For Willowbrook Court, Oakbridge Terrace? Yeah, we don't know yet. We have to go out to bid, and then the contractor will give us, each bid's we're gonna request their timeline and how they would approach the project. I don't think it'll be 4 years, but 2 maybe, 2.5. From the time we start, but I'm guessing, of course.
Susan, sorry, I do have another question, but I'd rather ask it now. As the accommodation for the number of people shrinks going into OBT, and the management sort of seems to be steering people more independent living with an aid into their own apartments to stay there longer. Is that correct?
That is not correct. That is the residents who are steering that process. So residents have a choice to live in independent living with help, we are not pushing that as far as, if someone could benefit from Oak Bridge Terrace and they choose to have AIDS. I talked to a family member this morning and said, I think your family member could benefit from Oak Bridge Terrace, but they're opting to have private duty help. But I think they would do better in Oak Bridge Terrace because there's a lot of activity going on, socializing and things that would benefit someone. So we don't really steer people away from Oak Bridge Terrace. We encourage it, but people have a choice.
Because if people stay in their apartments and are sort of steered that way and have to provide aids, and that's costly.
Right.
So that's going to be something which maybe they didn't anticipate when they
We
moved.
don't steer them in that direction. We have a conversation.
Okay.
We encourage them to go look at Oak Bridge Terrace. We talk about, this morning I just had a conversation with a family member encouraging them to really consider Oak Bridge Terrace, but that person has help in the home, and the daughter at this point is not ready to make that change.
Okay, thank you.
So it's not from us, although there are options, and we discuss all the options with them.
Is there any point at which you do steer people? When people come in and they're interviewed for their health, and you get a picture 10,000 feet up of that individual, and some may have needs, some may not. At what point in time do you absolutely do more than steer a person to one direction or another?
So, I mean, if we see someone is changing either, medically or cognitively, we're going to have conversations with either them or their family. We're constantly talking with people. Before they come in. So the hard part is that individuals will sign up, and their apartment takes a long time, as you know, Eddie, to construct, and so individuals might wait at home before they move in, and then their situation may have changed. Once we sign someone up, we are committed to take care of them, even if they have a stroke tomorrow. We've signed the contract, they have a stroke tomorrow, we're committed to taking care of that person.
Well, right, but are you committed to put them in?
We would have a conversation. I mean, we have had a few instances along the way where their medical condition progressed rapidly. They come into independent living, and then we have them move to Oak Bridge Terrace or Willowbrook Court. And that's happened. That's not the norm, but that has happened. Julie?
Will Oak Brook Terrace and Willowbrook Court be equipped and staffed to take care of those types of conditions?
Yes. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, let's move along, because I have, how many more slides? I have 12 more slides to go in a video along the way. So we're going to talk about the generator project and the asphalt construction project. So we have two parking lots that are going to be re-asphalted. Phase 1 is, I believe, is still this is an old map that I showed like in January, so they might have changed the phasing. But the ambulance parking lot is going to be repaved, if you will, and then the what we call the employee parking lot, which is between Building A and Willowbrook Court, where the dumpster is to the kitchen, that whole area is going to be repaved as well. We're in the process of ordering a generator for Willowbrook Court and Oak Bridge Terrace, and that generator takes about 50 weeks to manufacture. But we're doing all the initial work. We're going to be running the gas lines underneath, and as well as the electrical lines. So there's going to be a lot of work being done in the parking lot on my left, which is the parking lot between A and Willowbrook Court. They also are going to add a new pad, concrete pad, where the generator will be housed. And then once that's complete, they'll be re-asphalting both parking lots as well as adding new landscaping. So that project is going to begin in July. We took a lot of vegetation, trees down, but now all the permits are finalized. So we're going to start really working in that area in July. Any questions?
Give me 1 second to the mic.
I faced the parking lot temporarily where the employees work and all that, and where you're going to redo the asphalt. But that area takes a lot of big, heavy truck traffic. Are you planning on putting a base in there that'll carry the things, because you just have pools of water because of the
yeah.
And just to put asphalt down.
No, they're going to be doing a new under surface as well. Yeah. It's all engineered, and they'll actually, I think, measure before they asphalt. Yeah.
Susan, can you tell us what was the reason for taking out the trees and the hedge between the C building car park and the maintenance area?
Yeah, I'll show you that in a couple minutes. I got a slide, thanks to Bob Taylor. Okay, so speaking of, Bob sent me this photo this morning. On the left-hand side are all new foxtail palms, and that's in the upper right-hand corner, that's the maintenance shop. So residents living in C building have complained about the unsightly conditions in this area due to all the construction debris and construction dumpsters. So we placed foxtail palms there. They will eventually grow, and as people look out their window, we hope that that will solve the problem. So they grow tall, Mary Lou. Yeah, they do. So yeah, so that is our fix for now, and we hope that that will help with all the views.
Question.
I'll preface by saying I'm here 11 years and a lot of wonderful things have taken place. Oh, I said I'm here 11 years and I can say that a lot of wonderful things, that the community has grown in a very positive way. Now, however, getting back to that parking lot, that parking lot needed to be done when you did C, which was about 10 years ago. And then I presume that when you make these deals, your lawyers review the contracts, and knowing from your own building what goes on with permits, there should have been some kind of caveat put in there, because that parking lot was empty for 2 full weeks. 36 cars parked there every day, and they had to go and hunt. So my point is that the company should give you some kind of consideration on the price that you're going to be paying, because they goofed.
I'm not sure how to answer that question.
In addition to that, you're going to have to, you just got through painting all the stripes and everything that I'm sure costs a nice penny, and you're going to have to pay for that again. So my point is that they should make some kind of compensation for this whole fiasco.
Okay, well, I would disagree, but we can agree to disagree. Okay, so the Cove, that might be a fiasco. So I'm asking if you want to work in the Cove to reach out to me, to send me an email. We're going to have a volunteers meeting in the next couple of weeks. We've ordered some supplies. Helen Laver has been helping me with the gifts, so thank you, Helen. We have a company now where we can electronically order deodorant, shampoo, toilet paper, etc. So we'll have all those supplies in-house very shortly. So if you want to volunteer, please email me, and we will have a volunteers meeting where we will show you how to use the register and how we're going to operate in the gift shop.
Having operated that shop for 9 years almost individually, I take homage to the fact that it's labeled a gift shop. It should be convenience. Gift is secondary because you just enumerated
We'll have both.
all the things that you arrange for. And my other question is, supposedly this whole delay, and I wish the people who every day stop me would raise their hand.
Sheila, we cannot hear you. You have to keep
I
the mic
said, I
there.
wish the people who stop me all the time would raise their hands to see how concerned they've been about the absence of it. Now, my understanding is it has something to do about the taxes that you have to pay on the items that are purchased. I really find that ironic in view of the fact billionaires are robbing the country blind, but that's another story. So I don't understand why. First of all, supposedly it's a fundraiser, and fundraisers, as my understanding, do not have to pay taxes. So I don't know what that's all about, and why didn't we get an IRS agent to elaborate for us?
So the question is taxes versus non-taxes. So if we sell something, there are sales tax that we have to pay. That's not the holdup. The holdup has been trying to find vendors that we can buy wholesale purchases through electronic means, so that Ellen or myself or Susan Bradley is not going to the dollar store to pick up deodorant. We don't have time to do that. That's been the holdup. It's nothing to do with taxes, nothing to do with the sales tax situation. But we are moving forward, so if you are interested in volunteering, please email me.
What are the hours going to be of the Cove?
We're going to meet with the volunteers and discuss that because we need manpower, so we need to see what the volunteers might be able to provide, and likely we'll do it around, hours that make sense so that we know there's traffic flow as well. Claire?
I can project.
No, but it's for the TV.
Like I said, I may be a little late to the fair, but I'd like to know why no refrigeration system or a small refrigeration system is not in that shop.
I mean, we can discuss it. We really don't want to sell eggs and milk out of that shop because we know what will happen. They'll get spoiled and someone will get sick. So that's partially why. Maybe we sell sodas and things that are safe to sell.
I have no criticism of this, but is the Cove a for-profit or a non-profit situation, since ACTS we're non-profit?
Right, it's a not-for-profit.
Not, well, are any products?
It's not a separate corporation. It's part of AGS.
Okay, so are any products being not-for-profit at cost?
So anything that we don't have to pay, so if you go to the store and you buy eggs, you don't pay taxes on it. Same thing here. So there's taxable items and there's non-taxable items. So when we sell something in there, we have to pay taxes on the items that are taxable. Oh, so there's going to be a small profit. I mean, it's more to allow people to run in there. Oh, I forgot to buy my toothpaste. I was just at the store, and I don't feel like going back out to the store. Or my granddaughter's coming, let me grab a gift for her. Reasonably priced. Yeah, we're not out to make a huge profit. It's more a convenient factor. Yes.
I've noticed that the hallways are really very warm. Have you shut the air conditioning down in the hallways?
We have not, but if you know of specific hallway, let us know.
in the B building. All
Okay.
of the hallways, very, very warm.
Okay, we'll take a look. Thank you. Okay, let's move on because we have 6 more slides. Just to advertise, Christmas in July is July 25th in Oak Bridge Terrace. There'll be nice items, lightly used items for sale. And we're also providing tours of the current Oak Bridge Terrace. If anyone would like to just come up for tours. Mary Lou, anything else to add to that? No. Are you involved this year? Yes, okay. Nothing else? Okay. There'll be food in the afternoon, right? Yeah. And it's from 9 to noon and then 1 to 3. Okay, so a few thank yous I want to share. First of all, I want to thank Bob Taylor. Memorial Day celebration, was that awesome or what? That was just great. Thank you, Bob, for leading the way, and thank you for the singers. That was really great to have our singers debut at the Memorial Day, so thank you very much for leading that as well. So I want to talk about the Axe Legacy Foundation. You can see this is an old slide. This was shared a couple months ago by Elba, and the Community Enrichment Fund, as of the beginning of this year, was at $5,700. We raised over $4,500 at the gala last week. Was it last week? Yeah, time just flies. And just want to thank the residents who did come to the gala. That money will be used towards the rotisserie chicken oven that we want to have in the kitchen. So that money will be used in a great way. We hope to do more of the fundraisers, and the resident board, thank you, Myra, is going to kind of help us figure out what we want on our campus. So as you think of things, amenities that might be nice to add to our campus, let Myra and her group know what your thoughts are, because they will help steer us in the right direction as to what we want to raise money for. The idea is to raise money, and over a period of time, we'll have a nice amount of money there that we can spend. And so I'm going to share a video next. Pam? Well, we can buy a toaster. Okay, all right. Well, I'll talk to Darren about a new toaster. Okay. So thank you, Mary Lou. Mary Lou kind of oversaw all the decorations, the food, what we served, worked with all the volunteers. Thank you, Myra, for being a big part of that too. Thank you, Ellen. And Darren is not in the room, but Darren Dawkins, also culinary. I just want to share a quick video.
High above the chimney top, that's where you find behind. Me where trouble melts like a lemon drops high above the chimney top. That's where you find me, oh, somewhere over the rainbow.
So really was a lot of fun. And we just had the hula dancing, and the men got up, and it was a blast. So thank you very much for those of you who supported the gala, and it was our first one. We hope to have many more events, not always galas, but events, and we hope that you'll participate. So with that, I'd like to open the meeting up to any other topics or suggestions. I know it's 12, so we'll keep this time a little brief. Otherwise, everyone's going to just start leaving. Julie?
I'll make it quick. There's a safety issue on the pavers outside the main entrance. I take a shortcut there frequently with my walker. Thank heaven I have a walker with big wheels, because there are tremendous gaps in some of the paving stones and some broken ones, so it is a hazard.
So we are going to eventually be taking those pavers out and creating asphalt there. But in the meantime, we need to make it safe. But we've already talked about removing those, because they keep moving and they break, and there's a lot of heavy vehicles that end up breaking them if they're not. Yeah, we can resand them, of course. But my point is that's not the permanent solution. We've resanded it a few times over the years, so we need to replace them.
Susan, could I ask that the entrance to the C building main lobby, the concrete pathway, needs a really good clean. It's really grubby and nasty there.
Okay, thank you.
Susan, I'm back to the OBT Willowbrook. I noticed when visiting that the air conditioner and everything are, in room, unit, is that going to be updated? So
it is not going to be updated. It will still be as it is today. Yeah, sorry about that.
I was wondering if you spoke to anyone about the problem we have with cockroaches.
We have, yes. Are you still seeing issues?
Yeah. Well, if they come Thursday once a week and they don't do the whole building, we're still going to have the problem. I thought you were going to look into something
we don't do the whole
stronger.
buildings weekly, just so you know, and no exterminator does that. It's not healthy to exterminate that often, but if there's one area, then we need to conquer that area. But it's really unhealthy to spray chemicals every week.
But it's unhealthy to have cockroaches.
Of course, I agree. We don't disagree there.
The trash rooms are awful. I mean, I know that's not your fault, but something has to be done about the cockroaches.
Okay, thank you. Okay, last question. Sheila has a question or a comment.
With regard to the mess in the recycling rooms, if people could get a notice that they do not put edible stuff in the yellow or blue bins, they must go down the trash chute, because that really encourages the cockroaches.
Okay.
And people put plastic bags in these places. They're not supposed to put dirty containers or apples or mango seeds in these bins.
Thank you. You should wash out containers if you're recycling them, so that it eliminates the attraction. All right. Well, thank you very much. I can see you after, and I appreciate you coming today. Enjoy your afternoon. Thank you.
Have a blessed day.